Hello everyone!
We're back.
We are back.
Trouble is back.
Yeah, trouble is back. Right, yeah, so first episode of 2021, season 3. Yeah, so 2019, 2020. And now we finally made it to 2021.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year for the UK in particular. Lockdown again. Yep. But we'll get through it
once.
We'll survive it again. But yeah, we're hoping that everyone had a rested break. And again, ready for 2021 to do as much as we can virtually, especially within these times.
Yeah, we had a great break.
Yeah, very long break. Good food. You probably could tell. Yeah, so yeah, again, you know, that's what Christmas and New Year's is for.
Yep.
Eating, being merry and being happy and rested. But anyway.
Yep, now we're back.
And we are
ready to inspire people.
Again, yeah, exactly. So we're speaking to Nicole and Liza. They are the co-founders of Female Film Club. And what can I say? Female Film Club is amazing.
It sure is.
We're both members.
We're members. Yeah. I was just about to say that.
Sorry.
Right.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah, we are members. But yeah, it's a great club, and for any aspiring filmmakers or anyone in the creative industry, if you're looking for support and a group where you can network, and well, the ladies will tell you more in the interview,
but again, it's a great place to be, and it is definitely that whole women supporting women, lifting each other's crowns or fixing each other's crowns. Invisible crown there somewhere. I think it's like somewhere. But yeah, it's all about that. And what we will do is stop talking.
Yep, and let you watch the interview.
Enjoy the interview.
Bye.
Today we have two very special ladies, the co-founders of Female Film Club, Nicole and Liza. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
Pleasure. So tell us about yourselves. Tell us about your individual journeys, and we just want to know about both of you.
So, I'm Liza. I started off in the industry as a dancer and an actress, then changed to producing while still acting. And then I was so intrigued by all the roles that women got that I then started studying at Middlesex University, completing a research on flawed female characters in Western 21st century film. So loads of feminist film theory that I delved through, and I was like, oh my God, this is so exciting. And exactly at this time, I met Nicole, and we ended up filming a short film together with an 80% female crew. And our passion kind of came together then.
Wow, amazing. That's absolutely great. And I love the fact that it's brought you two together. So amazing stuff. Nicole, how about yourself?
So my background actually is in human rights. I have a law degree in human rights. And then I produced a British-Ugandan feature film. And then I met Liza, and I produced the short film that we worked on together called Next. And since then, it's just been a journey in the industry. And I've also got involved with the online VOD platform, HerFLIX, which I'm VP of Acquisitions and Business Development for Europe. And that is a platform, a VOD platform that showcases films by, for, and about women, which we can discuss a bit more later.
Definitely.
Excellent. I mean, both of your journeys, like, are really kind of like you started off obviously individually doing your own thing, and then have now joined together. Did you think that when you started your journey that you'd actually evolve into this arena, or was it just something that just came about all of a sudden?
I think me and Liza, from the moment we started working together, we had such a good what's the word, synchronization.
Yeah.
We always say we're yin and yang, like we work together. We're super different, but our vision and how we want the world to be is very similar. And me coming from a feminist film background, and Nicole coming from our human rights background, combining this in the club, it's like, yes, but no way we could have thought where we are now. Is when did we meet, like 3 years ago or something? No way we had this idea then.
But I think it's when you work with someone and it just goes well, we just always learn from each other, and we always want to grow, and we're always curious to learn more. And I think that's these qualities that really unite us. And I think our differences are also what makes us very strong, because I do things that Liza maybe doesn't like doing, or vice versa, or we have different strengths, and therefore we really complete each other. And the short film was very successful, and every project we've worked on has been successful. And then when COVID started, which is really the backstory of the Female Film Club, is when we decided, wait, let's do something. And this is a time to create. This is not just a time to sit back and get down about the state of affairs, about how the world is going. And from the very beginning, I think, when was it, Liza? In March, I
believe. Yeah. Yes. We just created what we needed, because there was such a loneliness, and everybody was just locked up in their house all over the world. The film industry stopped, everything stopped. And we're like, we want to create hope, we want to create community. We're all in the same lockdown boat, so let's bring everyone together under one roof. And we started trialing out with different apps and different things, and there was such a need for it, and we got so many good responses that just grew and grew and grew, and here we are now.
It's amazing. And obviously being, of course, a little bit later in joining Female Film Club, we can see what a community you've already built, and just being a part of that, you know, for us from experience, it's just been absolutely amazing. So thank you for founding this amazing club, which again, female filmmakers, screenwriters, producers need to join. But yeah, so in terms of looking at, so, you know, being part of a feminist, human rights background, producing and, you know, making your own films and leading on direction, are there any interesting trends that you've found across within the female filmmaking industry? Any particular points that you've noticed and thought, okay, and then that's made you want to kind of build that intention behind Female Film Club to maybe eradicate or boost?
Yes, we found quite a few trends, but I think the main trend we found, and especially speaking to female filmmakers and experts from different countries, is that there is a common lack of self-belief amongst female filmmakers. It's nothing to do with talent, it's to do with just not believing in yourself, to being able to complete those funding applications, to get the film off the ground, to get the crew ready. Because I think maybe the industry is advanced a lot and it is changing, but I think there's still a lot that needs to change and that needs to happen. And we're trying to help and promote that change through the community that we build, through the mindfulness that we work with. So it's mindset, it's skill, and it's network that we're focusing on in the Female Film Club.
Excellent.
Yeah. I mean, because you also do a lot of visualization work in terms of your Monday visualization posts that you do to encourage people. How important is visualizations for filmmakers?
Well, both of us found it an absolute necessity to involve within the club, as it's been like the cornerstone of our success to really focus on the future. And if you just do something, how can you really get anywhere? If you have a goal or a dream, you know the steps that you need to go there. And that can change at any time. But I think for us, you need to know what you're working towards. Will you get there, or will you make the significant steps? And that starts with visualizing, with goal setting, with doing small steps. We also have once a month an accountability. Well, it started as an accountability group and kind of a mastermind, and it's growing out now to have brilliant coaches like yourself on there, and guiding and helping change your mindset and actually getting stuff done. Because how much do you hold yourself back? And people call it procrastination, people call it whatever, but it starts with believing that you will get the funding, that you will get that director, that you will get seen, that you will get into that festival. Because if you don't believe it, nobody else is going to believe it. So yeah, it's one of the most important things. Exactly as Nicole say, we think in order for every, especially creative, to level up in their career and really thrive in the life that they want to live, you need to work on your mindset, you need to work on your network, and you need to work on your skills. And therefore those three things is exactly what we're focusing on in the club.
Amazing.
Yeah, definitely do that. Can we just share for the viewers who don't know exactly what Female Film Club is about, can you just share what it is for someone who's just coming across this interview and wants to know, okay, what exactly is Female Film Club and how do I, you know, start this journey with yourselves?
It's an online club which you would join from our website. You would get 2 weeks for free, so you're able to see if you like it and how you feel about it. In the club, you have a variety of different things. As we just said, you have mindset, you have Q&As with industry leaders, directors. You have, we're streaming films as well in the club. We also provide distribution for filmmakers who have short films or feature films with HerFLIX. So if the film is of a quality that we believe should go and be seen by internationally, we're able to put them online. We have an amazing community of over, I think it's Liza, 15 different countries.
I think so. Yeah, it keeps growing. Around
different countries of filmmakers that are coming from some remote places that we're like, wow, we don't even know what is happening in the industry over there. Tell us about your industry. So that is really amazing. And we're constantly promoting, as you know, like celebrate your wins. Let us know what you've been doing. Let us know what you've been up to. We hope that collaborations will come through the club as well. So it's really a place of point of meeting, of attending events, of also it's very personal. So I know you've attended some of our events, so you know the structure. So you really do get a personal feel. I think we're very, we're all about the personal feel. So if you attend something, we want you to get inspired. We want you to be able to ask the director the right questions. We want you to get the feedback that you want to get. So we're there for our members, and we are like our members. So we
think like this networking, just to link in, because I think it's brilliant. This personal touch networking helps when you make true connections, not when you hold a sales pitch. And that's why all our events are networking events, but you also learn, but you also are vulnerable, but you also create an energy and an exchange, and you learn new things. And this is all under the realm of networking, instead of just be like, hi, I do this and this, I need this and this, bye, because that's not a meaningful connection and not a long lasting connections, which we are hoping our members will get. Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to dive in and say
that. Yeah, because I think women, they love that sense of community, and we feel comfortable when we know that there's a group of women who we can relate to,
and there's no judgment,
who we can be ourselves with. And I mean, I only attended so far I only attended one of your events, and that was the Christmas little party that we had, and it was amazing. And it was so nice just being part of everyone, even though I come from the coaching background, not so much the filmmaking, but I didn't feel I was different from anyone. I just felt I'd been part of the group for, when it first started. So, that sense of community helps you open up and helps you relax. And I think more and more women need that. So yeah, again, thank you for creating this club. I think more women who hear about it, you're going to probably be inundated with members, hopefully.
But we also want to open the club as a way for women that might not be able to go to live networking events or to film festivals. So maybe for mothers who are not able to travel and have a child, they need to stay home in the evening. or for people with disability that might also not be able to, for people that live in remote places and can't afford to move as much. So we thought the only way to really do this is to have an online community with a really personal feel. So even for myself, that although I'm the co-founder, I really enjoy all the events, and I feel like I've got to know all the members so well, even though I've never met them in person. So that's really what we're aiming for.
Yeah.
It's so accessible. Like, you know, it's an app on your phone, which is easy. I guess everyone has a phone and internet connection nowadays, or a laptop, but you can log in and send a quick message from everywhere because it's just an online networking platform. You can make your own profile, you can message each other privately. There's also forums. It's the network nowadays for international female filmmakers, and it's only bringing us closer together.
Perfect, amazing. So, you know, the app, the club is absolutely amazing, but there must have been some sort of challenge when you were building the app or going through the motions to be ready for this, you know, well, not even be ready for lockdown, but be done in time so that it reaches everyone, so we can have this community. Are you able to go through some of those challenging journeys or even victories until things were actually fully launched?
I think it's because we launched it during lockdown. It was obviously a very challenging time for all of us.
Right.
Everyone was going through their own personal dilemmas, and me and Liza are very focused also on health and mental health, and we always help each other. So there was a lot of patience as well, and some days maybe we wouldn't be up for it, but we still really kept each other motivated. And I think for me, it really kept me going, and it still keeps me going through this period, because it's the one thing that I feel I just enjoy it, and it just gets me up in the mornings, and it gets me working on something that I feel has a wide.
And my messages also get you up in the morning.
Yes,
we have one of the challenges is that we have different working hours. So I'm such a morning person, and I messaged Nicole at like 5 a.m. being fired up and working, and she would message me at 11 p.m. when I'm like snoring away.
Yeah, we have the first message in the morning is always from Liza with some idea about the club, and I'm like, okay, morning. Let me have my coffee first.
That's perfect. And I think you need that as well, just to give each other that, you know, kick up the backside and to keep things going.
100%. 100%. I get the kick from Liza, yes.
But it is like one of those challenges that we definitely overcame, is like, how do you work together with someone that's so close to you, that you super care about, but like we're friends also, but we became friends through our working relationship and our mutual respect for the work that we do. Love the mug, Nicole.
Mug.
But overcoming that was a true challenge. Like, we had many discussions, and we're both very fiery people. So we have a structure in place now. We never came out of a disagreement unresolved. We solved everything, but it took time, and it took patience, and it took love, and it came from, what is the end vision? How can we work together from our completely different personalities and experiences in making this happen? And that's exactly what we're then putting into the club, because we don't want everybody in the club to be the same or have the same opinion. We love to have these conversations where people are like, I thought it was absolute rubbish regarding a film, and someone thought it was the best film of their lives. Then we can learn, then we can grow, then we can move outside our own perspective and learn more. And exactly, this is what we live for. And we could only make this if we had this like fraction and challenge ourselves, which we definitely had, but it only made us stronger. And I don't think we had these difficult conversations for a long time, because we just catch ourselves. We're like, we know this, we know what's happening, let's move past this and find a solution.
And I think we learn all the time, and I think that's also something we input in the club. It's about growth, and it's about learning. It's not about staying stagnant in the same position. And that's what we've built together. And it's just more patience toward each other, more understanding, and also putting certain systems, like Liza said, into place of, okay, we've had this, how do we deal with it now? And I think that's also, again, what we want to convey is we want to create a community of members that we're all different, but let's dive in there. Let's have these conversations, and let's try to work together and learn from each other, because differences is what makes us stronger. Because if we were all the same, we wouldn't grow, because we'd be providing exactly the same.
Made.
And movies wouldn't be made, and projects, creativity would get blocked. So we really hope that there'll be a lot of international collaborations, because the club is also international, because we realize that we're quite stuck in the niche of the industry, in the sense that we're based in the UK. We know what's happening here. We might know what's happening in the States. But I don't really know what's happening in Italy, even though I'm half Italian. I didn't really know what's happening in Israel, even though I'm Israeli. I'm like, why is the industry so disconnected from each other? So we said, let's create a club where we have members from all over the world, and we can learn from each other about the different industries. And what me and Liza are also doing is researching different directors who's had successful films in different countries, and bringing them to the club, bringing those films to the club, having Q&As with them, because that film might have done really well in one country, but no one would have heard of it here unless you've been to a film festival in that country. So for example, this month
we have Lisa Olin. Yeah,
Lisa Olin, who's a Swedish director, and we have 2 other films streaming in the club, and we have a Q&A with her. And these are amazing films that have done so well in Sweden. I have never seen them. Liza's never seen them.
She got nominated for 13 Swedish Oscars, and I didn't even know there was such a thing as Swedish Oscars. So, like, you can watch these films now, and it's like, why do we not see these films? Because they're foreign language.
Exactly. So we want to open it up, also our knowledge, to watch films that you wouldn't watch on Netflix, or you wouldn't watch on Amazon Prime, which is what we're kind of subjected to all the time. Or Mubi has got a good selection of films, but even then you need to know what you want to watch. So we're trying to get kind of new films out there, and as well the Q&As, so then you can ask the director and get inspired by their own personal story and their vision.
No, that's amazing. And again, especially when you're looking at the intention to try and get all filmmakers from different parts of the world. I mean, we were trying to think about, so where we're from in Mauritius, a lot of things aren't even done there. You get like small little sitcom types, you know, but we want to know exactly, are they making any films? If not, then we can actually push to be the first ones. But, you know, but again, to try and know the communities and how we can actually understand what is selling in that country and why isn't everyone aware of it. Excellent.
And our vision is then also for the future that, for example, you want to film in Singapore, that you can go in the club, be like, there's a cinematographer from Singapore. Oh, maybe she can help me find a gaffer there. Or what are the best film festivals there? And really create this common knowledge bubble where it only takes a few clicks and you find so much. It doesn't need to take you hours of Googling and just getting the ones with the most ads. Like, we women are strongest when we help each other up. So let's do it.
Perfect. That's great. No, definitely. Inspiring. Definitely. Great girls. So moving on now. So you've mentioned, we've dropped in there a bit about HerFLIX. So let's talk about HerFLIX in a bit more detail now. So Nicole, you said that you were on the Vice President of Acquisition. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us about HerFLIX. How did that come about, and what can we expect from the films that are distributed at HerFLIX?
So HerFLIX is run by an amazing woman called Adriana Shaw. I met Adriana in person in Cannes 2 years ago, and we just clicked and had lunch and decided that we want to work together because we had a very similar vision. So it always goes back to vision. And Adriana is based in New York, so HerFLIX at the moment is mainly streaming in the States. But obviously, as being the VP of acquisitions for the UK and Europe, we're trying to get more films from here and from Europe, and also to get more streaming rights for the UK and Europe. It's a very niche platform with very quality films on it, not necessarily films that you would have seen in other platforms. She has a selection of HerFLIX has a selection of about, I believe, 80 films at the moment, and she's it's growing. They've just signed a contract with Sony, and they're looking to sign with other big studios as well. I think it's a big honor for our members to have their short film or their feature film, if they're able to, on HerFLIX, because it's a growing platform, and there's a lot of visibility in it as well. And the ethos and the values are exactly similar to what we have, which is promoting films by female filmmakers. They also have films by male directors, but from a female gaze. So they're open. It's films for, by, and about women.
And short films don't really. Oh no, continue.
Yeah, like Liza said, short films don't really get the same visibility, because you make a short. I know for us, we made a short. We had a great festival run. We had some awards. And then what? You show it to your family, you show it to your friends, and how many times will they still see it? And if you put it up online, then you have a whole array of people from all around the world that will be able to watch it. And the great thing is really what will happen in 5 or 6 years when you become a big director or a big name producer, and then you had your first short film on HerFLIX. So it's kind of a win-win for both, in both directions.
Definitely. Yeah.
So how does a filmmaker get their films on HerFLIX? Well, what's the kind of procedure that they have to go through?
If it's a female filmmaker, female identifying female filmmaker, join a female film club and send me a film, and I'll make sure that Adriana Shaw sees it as well, and then we can discuss if we want to provide it with distribution on HerFLIX.
Yeah. Right.
Amazing. Yeah, no, that's perfect. And I think as well, using Female Film Club as that platform, again, that networking, the collaboration, and then you've also got that coaching aspect, because again, like you said about that self-belief, you know, there are going to be individuals out there that might feel, is my film worthy of being on HerFLIX? Should I do this?
Yeah.
There's going to be all these questions, and you know, it's about all of us coming together and say, yes, it should be on there.
Exactly. I've had one of our members, she sent me a film that she did as a student, and I was so impressed by this film, and it's a brilliant short film, and we gave it distribution, and she was so happy because she didn't plan on it, and she didn't even think she would ever get distribution for her short. So I'm really looking forward to see what more work she gets involved in, and to see what she does in the next 5 to 6 years. And then we had her first short from her student years on HerFLIX.
And because we work so close with film festivals, we also have now our members getting more into film festivals, because they're more inclined to enter them. And we had a few that then got chosen into film festivals, and they were thinking like, oh my God, I thought I would never be able to do anything with this film. I thought it was over. And now I have this showing there and there. And it's like, yes, like that's exactly what we're here for. We're bridging the gap. And if we can give you a discount code to this film festival or this, like, it's much easier to then enter and get it seen, which then again will give you a lot more self-confidence, will get you to work quicker, more efficient, and it's this upward spiral that we're going for.
Yeah, sometimes you need someone to open doors for you, and as we know, we all network in order to open these doors. So what we're trying to give is a club that provides everything in a sense and uplifts you. And if you believe in yourself, we know, we don't believe, we know that you're able to achieve anything you want in life, because everything starts here. Then the rest is obviously hard work and talent. But if you don't believe in yourself, you can have all the talent in the world, but you won't get to places.
Yeah, definitely. And I think what makes Female Film Club different also is, as you said, it's the networking side of things. You can go to, like, if you think when we were allowed out, if you think about...
I'm trying to think, I can't remember.
When you think about the, you know, the usual networking events, you go, you give your business card, you meet someone, and then you say, yeah, I'll get in touch with you, and then there's nothing. Whereas with the club, you're still in contact with the same people. They're still circulating, you're still hearing from them, and then you join into one of your groups or your workshops or anything, and you interact, and then you come out, and anytime you need a pick-me-up, anytime you need motivation or just ask question, the app is there and you can just go onto it. So there's not a distance. There's not, oh, but I gave that person my business card and I haven't heard anything, you know. So I think that's great, because that's what's missing in a lot of networking events, is the fact of that inclusion and that knowing I can just reach out.
That's exactly what the vision that me and Liza had. We just thought, because the club works if during these times when we're at home, but also in the other times, because we've had so many times where we've met so many amazing people at film festivals, and you exchange cards, and then it's the odd email, how are you, very kind of professional, or you go on social media and it's a bit too awkward because it's very personal. We thought, why not create a platform, as you say, where you can just have all these communications and still see each other regularly, so you don't have this huge gap of being like, what have you been doing for the past year? No, you know what this person has been up to. You've seen them at some events, you communicate with them regularly. And that's really our long-term vision, is that this is the place where communication will be made. It won't be through emails, and it won't be through Instagram or Facebook. It'll be in the Female Film Club.
Exactly. And the thing is as well, with Female Film Club, it's positive social media networking. It's not, again, you know, there's not going to be acceptance of any sort of trolls or whatever they call it, and putting people down, which is so susceptible when they're talking about normal social media. We're really there for each other, and I think this is the niche that will, you know, make it even more successful than the success that it is today.
And we really hope that it can, well, we're gonna make sure because we can, actually, that it will stay like this, because it all starts with vulnerability and openness. And I think because Nicole and I are so vulnerable and open and honest to each other, we are able to set this tone in the club. And also having you two there, which is incredible. We're so happy that you're joining. Both of you are such superstars, and to have you in the club, it's like, this is exactly for who we're making it. This is exactly what we want to achieve. So thank you also for your constant contribution in the club. I think it's a huge positive in terms of the energy that you're giving, and it's this constant exchange of what you're giving other members and then what you're getting out of it. So yeah, it just all starts with, how do you want to show up in the world? How do you want to see yourself in the world? How do you want the industry to be? And this is how we want the industry to be. It's our own little mini
our own
world.
universe. Yeah, we created our own little perfect world. And every time we go on, we're so happy. So we said, let's create a world that we would want to live in. And for us, that can be demonstrated in the Female Film Club. So anything we always add, we always have, every Friday, we try to have creative days where we bounce ideas and we think of more things. So there's always going to be more changes and improvements and additions, because it's not stagnant. It's something that's always growing. Like, we always grow with each other, and yeah, it will always get better with time, because we want to create this amazing world, and that will keep growing.
Yeah, that's great. It's great to be a part of it as
Definitely.
well. Yeah.
And I think also from our perspective, you know, again, being, you know, away from the world due to lockdown, I can't even remember, lost count how many lockdowns we've had already, but I believe it's actually the official, the second one. But in terms of that, it's like, for a long time, we've been looking for a community where you can actually have this area to be vulnerable and be empowered and to empower others, etc., and kind of keep that energy flowing within there. So again, so for viewers out there, I mean, you know, Nicole and Liza are going to plug this even more in terms of the links and everything, but do join Female Film Club, because it is absolutely an amazing place to be.
And I'm an energy reader, so the energy that I read from you ladies is positive, great, you know, everyone, welcoming, and from everyone who's in the group. So, you know, I see, like, within the unseen, I can see the energy's good. So yeah, sign up.
I love that.
That's excellent. So let's move on to a bit of advice for females. So again, I know, like, we've kind of touched on some of this, but what would be your 3 main tips to females that are looking to pursue a career in the film industry, especially based on the trends that we mentioned before?
Well, it's actually really simple. The 3 tips is exactly what we hope to help with. Number 1, find your community. even if it's not the female film club, find people that you can spar with, that will lift you up, that will believe in you. Of course, it's good to check each other and be like, is this realistic, or how are you going to achieve it? Do you have a plan behind these big dreams? But you don't need people who are not believing in you or that are holding you down. Really find that community where you can be honest and vulnerable, because as a creative, I think this is one of the most important things. Then of course, skills, level up, girls, like do courses, keep learning, watch films with a critical eye. You just want to be the best in your field, period. So make sure your skills are on point, keep practicing, do the craft. And then the other one is mindset. Like, work on your mind, see if you can, and there's not one thing to do it. We don't have even one training or coach in the club. For some, EFT tapping help, for some it's meditation, for some it's going for a run, for some it's dancing wild, I don't know, naked on top of your roof. Like, I don't care, but make sure that you have your own practice. I don't know.
I never did that, by the way.
I was going to say, Nicole. Yeah.
It's not us, but if it's you, that's also fine, you know? You do you.
It's exactly what Liza says, and I think it's just also listening to people with experience in regard to skills. It's so important to listen to those that have made it. We get inspired by each other all the time, so it's such a strong point with someone that has made that feature film, or someone that has completed that project, or whatever it is you're getting into, and listen to their tips and their advice. And we try to do that as well. Or that's growth. It's just, how do you grow?
Absolutely. Thank you. That's great tips. Brilliant. Perfect tips to start 2021 especially. So this would be a great boost for all those ladies out there. Okay.
So where can our viewers go to find out more about Female Film Club, HerFLIX,
and anything more about
just it's time for you to plug yourselves?
Just go to www.femalefilmclub.com, or just even Female Film Club in Google. We should have our analytics stuff correct, that it should pop up pretty soon. But femalefilmclub.com is where it's all at. We have frequently asked questions. We have some reviews from people. You can sign up for a free 2-week trial. Just join us, have a look, and enjoy.
Excellent. Well, thank you, ladies. It's been a great interview. And our first for 2021. So thank you. And
we're looking forward to more from the Female Film Club. We can't wait. Again, we've got some amazing events that we've already put that we're going to, so we're looking forward to those. And again, so for the viewers out there, head over to femalefilmclub.com and sign up. Thank you, Nicole and Liza. It's been absolutely amazing. Okay.
Thank you so much for speaking in the club.
No worries. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
So, again, as we always say, but it's inspiring. Let's think of a new word for 2021.
Amazing.
Amazing. Uplifting.
Okay,
uplifting.
2021 word is going to be
uplifting.
I hope
we remember this.
Probably not. But Nicole and Liza, I mean, what an amazing pair they are. They're definitely running the world with Female Film Club. Nicole's doing some amazing work with HerFLIX, so especially UK, Europe, female filmmakers or films for women, get in touch with Nicole in terms of getting that film distributed out there as well.
Join Female Film Club.
Exactly,
And then you'll get to connect with us.
Yeah, exactly. You get to know our loopy selves and crazy selves, which I
think they get to know that anyway from how we are.
Exactly, But so definitely make sure you join Female Film Club. Go on to femalefilmclub.com and get registered on there. Again, 2 weeks free trial, and then of course a subscription after. But it's well worth it. We absolutely love it. There's a great community of positive women that are doing some really great work, and it's for you. It's all there for you.
Workshops,
events,
as they said,
networking,
talking about movies,
films.
speaking to directors. Yeah, so definitely join.
Yeah.
You won't regret it. And with 2 weeks free trial, just give it a go.
Definitely. And also some great new member events as well. And also you heard us speak about the amazing Christmas party that we had, which was brilliant, and it's brilliant. So go ahead, subscribe.
Yeah.
Okay. And also while you're subscribing to them, you can also, because you might be watching this on YouTube or might be listening to this on a podcast, subscribe to us as well. Why not? You get to be in the know of all of our interviews that are upcoming, and also ones that have just premiered, and also we've got some exciting news that's going to happen throughout, well, towards the end of January and throughout February. And what is this news?
Does it have something to do with a festival and something French?
Absolutely. So we are going to have some amazing interviews with some brilliant filmmakers and screenwriters, and this is all part of the Paris International Film Festival specials that we will be airing and sharing on all social media, especially on YouTube and via podcast. So make sure you stay tuned, and again, go and get your passes. Make sure you watch these amazing films. There's some spectacular, not some, all of them are spectacular. Some very, very multi-talented filmmakers and screenwriters that we will be interviewing, and we can't wait.
Yeah, we're honoured to actually be able to bring these filmmakers' interviews to you for
more uplifting,
more uplifting
and inspiration.
For February and obviously the end of January. So look out for our special on the Paris Film Festival.
International Film Festival.
Yeah, that's it.
Get it right. Paris International Film Festival.
International Film Festival.
Right, okay, so
Just the brain.
anyway, so again, don't forget, head over to social media. Please do give us a follow again at RIME Entertainment Official or at sisters_in_rhyme. And how do we spell rhyme? RIME. And just subscribe to us. Subscribe to Female Film Club. Stay uplifted. I'm using that 3 times.
Uplifted.
So we don't forget.
Uplifted.
Yeah. Uplifted for 2021, and make sure you're taking action on your dreams.
Yeah. Stay safe, stay healthy,
and believe in yourself.
Yeah. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.